Hi, everybody. I had a request to show my calendar digital download, so I'm going to show that to you real quick before we move on to the 50 stack challenge. So that'll be in just a moment. You can fast forward to that if you don't care about seeing this. But I did have a request and I want to make sure I showed it. So this particular calendar is a blank calendar, so you can write in the numbers. All it has is the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That way you can fill in the numbers however they are for the year. And I apologize for my fingers. I've been working with mica powders and stains and stuff. So yeah, you can put whatever year you want. It doesn't matter. So once you purchase it, you can use it every year if that's what you want to do. It comes with a cover page and then a inside page, and just make sure you follow the directions that you get with the digital download. You'll get the directions with them because it tells you how to print it front and back so that you end up with the right order, because it does matter. Okay, so for example, this one has the whole cover sheet, which is this color, and then you print the line page on the back of that one. Okay, and then you're going to have the January page. So the front and back of the January page look like this. So you'll print that on one side of the paper, and then on the other side of the paper, you're going to print the page that looks like this. This is February. This is December. It comes all as one page like this, so don't worry, you don't have to try to figure that out. But this is the order. So on one side you have January, on the other side you have December. I know it's kooky, but that's how it's put together so that you can do an actual journal with, you know, January's at the front, then you turn the page, you have this page, then it's February. And on the February page, one side will have the February calendar and the note side of the December page. On the other side of that page, you'll have November, and then it's March over here, the March notes. I know this is all super confusing, but you see when you put them in here, they turn out right. So March note page, March calendar page. Then when you turn this page, you have March calendar page and November note page. Then when you turn it over, it's October, and I think that's April. Okay, yeah, April. So then see, now I have April note page, April calendar page. And there are directions, so don't think you have to try to understand this right now. But anyways, I'm just showing you so that it might be a little easier to understand why it's set up the way that it is. So you have Halloween, April. On this side, it's September calendar. Okay. And then it goes like that. And then you have May. Yeah, Theron and I put this together, and it about did us in. So that's the reason we have one calendar digital download. May. I can't remember which one this is, but we'll see when we get over there. August. But then see, we're at June. And then July is in the center. On the back of July is June and August. So this way, when you flip through the whole thing, you have January with January's note page. And then you have February calendar, February note page. March calendar, March note page. April calendar, April note page. May calendar, May note page. June calendar, June note page. July is all together because it's the middle. And then August calendar, August note page. September, September. October, October. November, December. Okay. And then you've just got some extra note pages back here. And that's the whole shebang, just like that. Just you have to know how to print the front and the back. So I did this little thing that you can screenshot if you like, but it gives you what you need. So on the first page, you need the cover page, front number 1. It's numbered number 1 in the digital. Winter lines back, number 14. Then page 2 is January on the front, number 2. December on the back, number 13 on the back. Page 3 is February on the front, which is number 3. November on the back, number 12. Page 4 is March front, number 4. October back, number 11. Page 5 is April front, number 5. September, number 10. Page 6, May front, number 6. August back, number 9. Page 7, June front, number 7. And July back, number 8. And like I said, there are directions in there. I just want to make sure that everybody understands. And if you look at that and go, I'm never going to figure that out, then I wouldn't recommend buying it, because, you know, I just don't want you guys to have something that you don't like or can't use or whatever. But once it's put together correctly, it's really a lot of fun, and it's a great calendar, and it makes a great journal. I have made a journal using it, and I'll try to remember to link that in the description box below. But you can add like a piece of coffee dyed paper in here too, so then you have more note paper. So then between everyone, do a piece of coffee dyed paper or colored paper, whatever. I think I did green in one of mine, and yeah, so it comes out very cool. So anyhow, I hope you enjoy that. I hope that was helpful, and on to the 50 stack challenge. Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. So we're back for the hashtag 50 stack challenge. I hope you're all, oh, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Hope you all had a wonderful time and are safe and warm and all those good things. I am filming this ahead, so, or at least this part, just so that I know what prompts I'm going to use. So anyway, hashtag 50 stack challenge. If you're not familiar with the 50 stack challenge, it is a challenge I started because I had I have multiple stacks of guest checks, and I get these at Walmart. I coffee dyed them, but a whole stack has 50 in this particular brand of guest checks, and so that's what started this whole crazy 50 stack challenge. But if you don't have guest checks, that doesn't matter. You don't have to use guest checks. And in next year's, or it'll be this year, we're going to do a 50 stack challenge, but we're going to use any kind of backing that you want, which a lot of people have done anyway for this one, but you can use anything as your background. So anyways, I'm going to draw prompts, 2 prompts, and that'll be for 2 guest checks. So use 1 prompt per guest check. For example, the week that we did this set, the prompts were child for number 31. So I've used an image of a child. It can be real or drawn or whatever. And then ribbon was the second prompt for that week. So I did the ribbon that's on here. And that's all you have to do. Just use the prompt somehow on your piece of ephemera, basically. And then the next one will be very similar to that. Just I'm going to do opposites. So like you might have black and white or something like that. So on one guest check or one piece of ephemera, you'll do black. One piece of ephemera, you will use white as an example. Okay, so let's draw for guest check number 43. And I just have a whole bunch of prompts in a bag. And so this is stamp. Now, I did not say rubber stamp, and I had rubber stamp before. So we're going to say like a postage stamp, okay? Number 43, because I forgot to write down what kind of stamp. So we're just going to say it's a postage stamp. Number 43. Okay, postage stamp. All right. And then for number 44, can you guys believe we're up to 44 already? That went fast, I feel like. 44 is going to be mark making. So whatever that means to you. So number 44 is mark making. And if you're not sure what that is, that can be using paint or like ink pens or whatever to make different abstract marks on whatever it is. So you can choose just to do like a strip of paper and do mark making on that. It can be background paper, such as this kind of thing would be considered mark making, because I did painted circles and then I just drew around them with a pen. This type of thing. Let's see. Something like this is also mark making, just blobs of paint and then the blue blobs and then squiggles of gold. Like, that's mark making. So however you feel like doing that for your piece of ephemera on whatever background you would like. All right. So I will be right back with what we're going to do. Okay, I am back. It's been a little while and I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, because they have arrested someone in the Idaho murder case. I am doing this video on Friday, so that's why I am saying that now, because that's kind of what I've been listening to all day. So anyway, for stamp, I have a postage stamp on this old vintage postcard, and I've covered this side. I didn't really like the image that was on there, so I'm going to just have that as kind of like a writing spot. So that's why that's covered, and it's just going to go on our little guest check. And this one's got a ding on the corner, but I usually end up cutting the corner, so I'll probably, in fact, I'll just do it now so that it's done. So yeah, super excited about that. I just hope that that is in fact the person and they have gotten all they need. And okay, Amy, which way? This way. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. By the time you guys see this, you'll be like, yeah, that's old news, lady. But that's just what's on top of my brain at the moment. And I know these corners are going to be different than the other guest checks I have, but no, well. They're not all going to go in the same journal or whatever anyway. I'm going to use mine for ephemera for journals, so I don't, you know, things like that aren't concerning me. But if you want them the same, obviously don't do what I just did. Okay, so I'm going to hook this on here and I'm going to have it flip open. So we need a piece of paper to make a hinge, which you've seen me do. This is not anything new, and that's sort of the way it goes, you know. Like sometimes I think of something new, but a lot of the time, and I think it's true for most of us, we kind of have our things that we do frequently. No, that's not gonna work. And so you end up doing some similar things over and over. But the whole idea is to get some ephemera made. Alright. Not reinventing the wheel every time. I can barely do this. Look, see, it still doesn't fold straight, even when you have the score line. Of course, it doesn't help because it's coffee dyed paper and it's always wavy and whatever. And if you know me, I don't like to cut with that cutter that I have on that scoreboard, so I'm going to use this and we'll just try to cut it fairly even here. Oh my goodness. I'm struggling today, guys. But hopefully this is a long enough piece. I just need a little hinge. I don't need anything fancy. Just don't do it like I do it. Oh my gosh. I think I'm just super excited. I just am, oh my gosh, I'm so happy because, I mean, it's not to say that there aren't any other dangers in the world, and I know that. It's just really nice to have my son be able to go back up to school and not have to, I mean, he still always locks his doors and everything anyhow, but it's just, I don't know, you know? It's just nice not to have that hanging over the campus for all the students, not just my son. And also, I wish just some closure for those poor families. I mean, it's awful. So, very, very happy about that. Just hope it's indeed the right perpetrator so that it can be tried and done without drama. It is just pouring down rain right now. It warmed up. We were, like last night, overnight, it rained and we had freezing rain, which is very odd. We do not have that a lot here. And like I said, we had it over Christmas too, so weird. But anyhow, so this morning that's what we woke up to, and then it warmed up into the 40s. So now it's just pouring rain, which is better for driving, that's for sure. But so weird, weird weather. But I feel so bad for places like Buffalo and that, because we did not even have anywhere near, like, we had some snow and some ice and whatever, but my goodness, you guys there have taken the cake on the bad storm situation. We did not have anything anywhere near that. The freezing rain was probably the worst part, just because everything's ice. And poor Canada, my goodness. I think it's sort of normal for you guys. I don't know, tell me if that's true, but I'm pretty sure you guys quite frequently don't have, or do get a lot of snow and stuff. You can definitely correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know a whole ton about Canada. I just know it's up north, so it would make sense that you guys get more snow and whatnot. So anyway, that was the first thing that got my morning going. Was my mother-in-law texted me and said, they got him. I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah. She was like I was about the whole thing, having Theron up there. It's like, yeah, I know, but what do, you know? He's an adult and he wants to be up there. Going to school, which is right. Should be able to do that. Okay. Not perfect, but I'm not perfect, so ta-da. Alright, so then I got this little piece. This is from My Porch Prints, and I just turned this little piece of ephemera into a pocket. I'm not sure exactly which kit this is from, but My Porch Prints has, and it's Prints. I always thought it was Prince, like Prince and Princess kind of thing. So anyways, if you pop over there, and I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description box, they have lots of lovely digitals. And I am not affiliated with them or anything. I'm just saying they have some lovely digitals that I like to use. So we're going to have that as our little pocket. And on the front of this, I have, if I can find her, a lovely Tim Holtz young girl. Well, not super young, but you know, teenage. I don't know if I want that. And I have another stamp, but that's going to be for a different part. I wanted this one. It says reading a journal. Not that she's reading a journal, but I just thought it would be a good sort of armrest for her. And then we're going to put some flowers on there too. It's a little bit shabby. I think I'm going through a shabby thing because I have someone that requested some shabby ephemera from me, so I don't do a lot of shabby chic. It's generally not. And even when I do it, it's probably a little more vintage than shabby, but I try. I have done some pretty shabby journals in the past, but don't do a lot of it. Ink around this too, just because it's real white. This is just washi sticker words. And I got it on Amazon. You can get them on Etsy. I mean, anywhere. Just go in, type washi stickers, and I'm sure you'll get more than you ever dreamt. So, man, it is just pouring down rain. Crazy. Oh, I didn't turn on all my lights. That could be why it's kind of dark, huh? Let's see if we can get it a little bit brighter for you guys. Might help, huh? Whoa, you might actually see what I'm doing. Okay, this I just kind of want here. And that's going to go about there. If I can get it at the right spot again, huh? I'll actually do this. Let's not make it crooked, Amy. But yeah, just dumping down rain. As long as it stays fairly warm, it's fine. We can always use water. That's for sure. It got real dark though. Feels like it's nighttime and it's like 2:30 or so. Okay. Okay, I like that. And then we have this little card that's going to go into our little pocket. And I want to use this on here. And a stamp, postage stamp. Maybe this from Tracy Fox, one of her little labels. I don't know if I'll use any of these. I just like got them out because I just like the way they are. They look, but I think they're a little, well, that might work if I ink it. And some aging. But I like the pink lines on this ledger. This one. This is just Tim Holtz ephemera. So other than that, I got nothing super exciting going on, other than, you know, like my aunt is in town and we're all going to get together and have another little Christmas with my sister. So that's going to be fun. I went and I got some, we have a local kind of bakery in town, and they do all the sort of Hispanic pastries and stuff like that, but they also make tamales, and oh my goodness, they are fantastic. It's one of my favorite things anyway, is tamales. But yeah, so I went and got some tamales to have for our little get together, because I've never made tamales because I don't really know how to do that, but no need, because this place makes them so good. I could never probably make them that good. So my daughter has a roommate, and he has an abuela, a grandmother, and he loves her cooking, you know. And I said, that's what we need, because then I could learn how to do some of that. Bestest food. My son's going with a friend to get coffee. He's in town, he never stops. I mean, it's, you know, it's good. He needs to see his friends. It's just so funny because it's just constant. Do you want this over, under? Maybe I'll put it over since we're kind of focusing on our postage stamps, right? Since our prompt is stamp. Yeah, a purple stamp with George Washington. That's kind of a cool one. 3 cents. Don't you wish there was still 3 cents? Great. Can go right in there. And then you can write there. Alright, I think that's good. I'm going to skip these 2 bits or 3 bits, whatever I had. I always give myself extra stuff just in case, but I like that. It's very pretty. So, stamp and stamp. And of course we could add something to this, but for right now I like the way that looks, so I like it. Alright, so then the next one is mark making. Our next prompt, number 44, mark making. So I think we're going to go with this, what is this stuff called? Watercolor paper. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm telling you, if I get any dingier. Yeah, so some watercolor paper, and the reason I'm choosing watercolor paper you will see in a moment, but anyhow, I'm going to take some of these Distress Oxides from Tim Holtz. I have Shaded Lilac, Blueprint Sketch, and Mermaid Lagoon. And we're just going to make some marks. Little different way of doing it than what I normally do. And I'm just using the Tim Holtz circle sponge to make my mark. Because, of course, with mark making, you can use anything. It doesn't have to be anything purchased. Anything that will make a mark. And I kind of hold it there a little bit, hoping to, you know, just get a little bit more of the ink on there. Okay. And then I'm actually not even going to use that sponge. I'm going to use the bottom of, is it this one? I think I used this one. In the Shaded Lilac. just gonna make some more marks. And clearly you can see I am making circles. But you could make any marks. You don't have to make circles. It just, circles are kind of easy because there's so many things that are circular, so, and I like circles. And then I'm going to use the lid. I just got that ink all over me. For a smaller circle. Inside of those smirkles, in those smirkles. We're going to use it in those smirkles. I like those little specklies. That's pretty cool. That's just from the wetness of the ink pad on the plastic. Okay. Smirkles. Do some gold ink here. If I can find my... Oh, I'm so sorry. I just bonked you guys. Apologize. Looking for some plastic. And we need something to get it out. That won't work. I have to have a small enough brush, you know? Doing that. Where did I put that? Oh, here. Jeez. I'm going to use this little circle on this ink. Oh, darn. I had ink on my finger. So clearly, if you're doing this, you do not have to do all circles. You can switch it up to any kind of marks that you want. This is just what I wanted. Oh, shaky hands are no good for this stuff. I guess I could have just painted it, huh? Well, that's a bummer. It just doesn't want to. I probably should have waited to do this part until it was dry, but okay. Maybe one more. Sorry, I saw a spot after I... Okay, we're just going to do it like that. And we're going to take a piece of other coffee dyed paper and use up that ink because I will use that on something else at some point. Alrighty. I am going to spray this with water, but first I'm going to get those gold dots dry. Problem is it probably won't work. Okay, here, let me see. I'm not going to use water, I lied. I'm going to use coffee because this is so coffee dyed. Try to just mostly get it on this stuff. Probably just messed it all up, but we'll see. We shall see what happens. I haven't done one like this, so I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to pause and get this dry. Okay, I am back. That's dry for the most part. Some of those little gold spots might be a little wet still. But we're going to take a gold, whatever you'd call this, fine line type pen. And I'm just going to, I think I'll start actually with these. And still mark making, because just drawing some swirls. The golds are a little different, but it's alright. This is the one advantage if you have a shaky hand, because you're never going to get a perfect line, that's for sure. Which works well for this, but not for other things. I think I'll just turn this one into like a pocket, and I don't know what we'll put in it yet, but eventually it will make itself known. It's more about this part right now. Okay, then I think we'll just do kind of some dots maybe. I guess this and doodling aren't a ton different if you think about it. But, I mean, doodling's, I think, a little more specific, or can be, depending on what kind of doodling you're doing. This is just really marks. Finger itches. Okay, did I get all those things? Oh, this one's actually one too, it's just not very dark. Okay, I like it. Alright, I think I'm going to turn it this way. So it will get glued on here like this. We'll just put a thumb notch in it for now. Hopefully this circle punch will work. Sometimes it's a pill. Oh, there it did it. And then we're going to use some of this Mermaid Lagoon. And like I said, you wouldn't have to use watercolor paper, but I just think it, you know, the color spreads out better on it. We need to do our corners. Not on that. Somebody yelled, "Don't do it!" And I'm going to hit this a little bit too, just to bring that color in. Could even see if this will spread just a skosh. just going to put glue on 3 sides. I don't know if I just held it over there to begin with, right? Oh, come now. You know, these definitely aren't square, these guest checks. I mean, granted, I am known not to cut straight, so there's that. Everything's wobbly from being wet. Oh, goodness. It's all wonky donkey. Okay. I want to add a little bit of what is this one? Really not going to make much difference, but okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I went ahead and did some of the little gold dots, a few gold dots there. So that one is finished, and I may, depending on what journal it goes in or whatever, I may add something else, but for now it's staying just like this. So we have stamp and mark making. Stamp is 43 and mark making, I'm getting I didn't wipe this off. And mark making is 44. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this hashtag 50 stack challenge, and I will see you again soon. Love you guys. Talk later. Bye now.